Oh, it's called My Mic Isn't On. Of course. Oh, I hate everything. Hello everyone and welcome to Genshin. I literally sat here going, why the fuck is my mic not working? Oh no, it's my sound, because I plugged in the headphones like right before I hit the change to live button, and like I was like, oh no, did I break everything? I checked to make sure my audio was working. Just unmute your mic. Ugh. Anyway, hi, welcome back to Mondstadt. Oh, fuck, dude. God damn me. Why did I do this to myself? Anyway, we are back in Genshin. I've missed you, I say, even though I've been playing it every single day. Nothing has changed. So we're gonna do Varka's story quest today. And this is because, one, I should, but two, specifically, they've added this, which is like recommended stuff you should do. And particularly here, right? This is like everything we've done. So this is like the whole of Nod Cry, right? With the whole process. And then they're like, hey, you should do Durin's, which I am going to do. I'm just not gonna do on stream. Because it apparently takes, and I am not joking, 5 IRL days. 5 real-life days to complete Durin's quest. Like, they straight up give you a warning that says, be warned, be prepared. This is gonna take you 5 of your actual life days to finish. And I'm like, okay. So I'll have to do that in my off time, because there ain't no way I'm gonna be able to stream that. Especially given that I assume it's, you know, like, do a certain thing that might be like an hour or two, then come back the next day, do another thing, come back the next day, do a quick, you know, so on and so forth. Then it finishes, and then it's to be continued. The live stream, by the way, for the next update was apparently today. I did not watch it. I don't watch live streams anymore. I feel too spoiled when I watch them. I feel like they give too much away. I want to go into this shit blind, you know? But they're like, to be continued, so that's gonna be next update. This was Lantern, right? I already did that, and then they're like, Varka story quest. So I'm like, okay, fuck it, let's do Varka story quest. Among all the other ones I still need to do. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just a little behind. Anyway. To those who embark on the expedition. Honey, expedition's over. We ended it. Through everyone's united efforts, the abyssal calamity in the north seems to have been quelled. The day of triumph draws near. The day of tragedy also draws near.
Huh? Where'd this letter in our bag come from? Could it just blow in on the breeze?
It could have. It could have. Oh no. Expired items. It very well could have just blown into our bag. We know the god of wind. We're friends with him. This is the type of bullshit he would pull. It's signed a bard. It's literally what happened. That's literally what happened. Oh boy. Hey, long time no see, my friend. I just saw you not that long ago. I did an event, but don't worry about it. What's that? You say we just met recently? He's reading my mind. He's reading my thoughts. God damn it. For a heart that always misses its friend, every second feels like an eternity. After such a grand adventure in Nodcry, you must have gathered quite a few stories along the way, yes? Are you perhaps looking for an old friend to talk to? Do you happen to need a bard? One who can turn your tales into verse? If so, come and catch up with me at Starsnatch Cliff. The wine is poured and the strings are already tuned. Damn! He already tuned the strings.
Oh, it's from the Tone Deaf Bard. Apparently he wants to hear all about our adventures in Nodcry. Maybe we can get some tasty treats out of him in return. Come on, let's go to Starsnatch Cliff.
All this has done is remind me that I need to tune my fucking violin. One day.
Quit following me. Behold.
Sorry, Lynn. You're gonna have to stay troubled.
Squall and Fury. Too slow. The wind rises.
The distance. The distance I must go. Bendy. Listen to those tuned strings.
Welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these days? The honorary knight of Mondstadt? The Tumaini of Natlan? Or the great hero of Nodcry?
It's too many. Just go. It's just. It's too many names. I thought Riku had too many names. It's like, no. No, now we have too many names.
Well, you sure have your finger on the pulse. We've barely caught our breath since Nodcry, but it sounds like you've already heard about what went down.
News travels fast on the wind. But before I can turn your tales into tunes, I need to hear them from the horse's mouth.
I'm a pig, not a horse.
My wine and my lyre are at the ready. So please, traveler, take a seat and tell me your tale.
Okay, so start with a robot.
Amazing! Incredible! The Rahier of Solnari and the Doctor? Truly a tale for the ages!
Yeah, we killed that guy.
So, I'm guessing the Wild Hunt is a thing of the past now that you've defeated the Rahier of Solnari?
Well, you see, then, to give him the promotional image for Varka's story quest, I'm going to say no.
Seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the Doctor, though.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, now that the Northern Abyss calamity is finally resolved, Varka must be getting ready for the triumphant return of his expedition, right? I haven't seen him in the longest time. He must have so many stories to share.
I was gonna ask you two have really met, but of course they've met before. In Albedo's trial, right? They were like I don't remember what it was called, but it was basically an agreement between Venti, Varka, and then the Hexenzirkel, right? And he, like, accidentally called Varka on the on the fucking Dodoko phone. It was like, shit, wrong number.
Hooray! Paimon was wondering about that too. He did call you Barbados, but weren't you still fast asleep back when he was in Mondstadt?
Let's call it half asleep. I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside.
Yeah, be like that.
It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles after hearing some tall tales at the local tavern. In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
Huh! They must have been making quite a racket if it was enough to wake up the tone-deaf bard.
Yeah, it sounded kinda like...
Oh no, the irony!
Hey! Is that all you've got?
Oh shit, is this a new guy everyone's been losing their minds about who I know literally nothing of?
Oh, bring it on!
Instantly, he has a maniacal laugh.
like that.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this bitch is insane.
Giving up already? You're not half as tough as Varka said.
No, that and the eye color, yeah, no, this bitch is probably insane.
A young knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure. Now there's a sight I haven't seen in a while.
A bard in green clothes. Does this mean... Oh, you're Venti?
Shit, he's onto us. Run.
I was just wondering I was gonna track you down.
Oh! So you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your search.
Yeah, I would have gone to somewhere where literally anyone is allowed to get drunk.
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair? You must be the honorary knight. And Paimon! The Grand Master talks about you all the time.
And the Grandmaster has talked about you. None.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, Vice Captain of the 5th Company of the Knights of Favonius and a member of the Expeditionary Force. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Vice Captain of the 5th. There's too many companies. There's too many fucking companies of the Knights with too many captains, and now they got Vice Captains. It's too many. Too many companies, too many captains.
Oh, so you're part of the expedition, huh? Right. So that's why Paimon's never seen you around in Mondstadt. Hey, wait a second. We never saw you in Nodcry either.
Nope. Hey, Chillzilla, welcome in. How you doing?
That's probably because when the Wild Hunt was still running rampant, I spent most of my time out on my own, making mincemeat out of monsters. I barely went back to base at all.
Do you not ever have to report in, sir? Fine, watching this stream? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy.
Then, once the Wild Hunt calmed down, I got sent back to Mondstadt. Mixed blessing, if you ask me. Sounds like I missed out on some serious action.
Dude, you missed like a whole thing with the stealing of the moons, and then the Dottore showed up, and then the fucking and like there were big ass domes everywhere. Yeah, maybe it's a good thing you went home, because no, not even if I was there. I was there. And I wanted to go home. I wanted to drag Riku with me too, because I was like, God damn, no, you can't do that to him. You can't pull out the fucking. You pull out the core, I'm scared. It's like, I know he'll be fine. But how dare you? It's the implication.
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the doctor. So, why did Varka send you back?
Deliver some letters.
Oh, Varka. Oh, Varka. It's even funnier given the fact that it's like, okay, we're done here. We beat the Wild Hunt. There's still some shit going down. But, you know what? I got some letters that gotta be sent. So, chop chop, here you go, buddy. Back home you go. And then literally when Dottore started fucking everything up, he turned to Durin and was like, Durin, quickly, fly back to Mondstadt as quickly as physically possible to go tell everyone there what the hell is happening and inform them of the tragedy. And then come back. And I'm just like, bitch, if you needed someone to send a letter, he was right there.
There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church, another for the Dawn Winery, at least 10 of them in total.
Durin could have delivered all of that in like the span of 2 days.
Jeez, how many people has he sent to deliver his mail now? Mika, Inefa, Lowen. He should just hire a full-time mailman already.
Don't forget Durin. That's 4 male people.
In fact, he's earned himself a new nickname. Let's go with Sir Writes a Lot.
Whatever floats your boat, Paimon.
I'll have you know that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts.
That and cave paintings.
So, tone deaf or not, I wear the title of Bard with pride. And I consider Sir Writes a Lot to be quite a compliment.
Wait, really? Darn it! Maybe Paimon should come up with some harder-hitting nicknames for these two.
It's Paimon. We're 5 years deep. Venti is not getting a new nickname.
Anyway, since this young man has come all the way to the Thousand Winds Temple looking for me, I assume he must have a letter for me too. Am I right?
You sure are, to use the Grand Master's own words.
This one is for the Bard in green clothes. These days, I think he goes by Venti. Doesn't really have an address as such. You could start by asking around in Mondstadt, or maybe try your luck at the Thousand Winds Temple.
Why do we have him framed away from the camera?
I figured that since there was this punching bag here, Ruin Guard, I could get some practice in while I was at it. So, I came right here the second I got back to Mondstadt.
Yeah, no, this bitch is insane. I saw a punching bag of it. Sorry, allow me to correct myself. A ruin guard. Anyway, it's like, sir, you have a maniacal laugh. You got like red spots in the middle of your eyes. Now you call ruin guards punching bag. This bitch is insane.
That Varka is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we happen to be nearby.
Oh, he also said to remind you to write back.
Nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between 2 drinking buddies. But if I'm supposed to write back this time, I'll need some time to mull over my response.
Venti, that face you made was not the face of somebody with idle chatter between 2 drinking buddies. That was the face of, oh no, this is pertinent, important information that is probably tied to me being an Archon and I need to do some shit to save my city again.
Varka gave you a whole bunch of letters to deliver, right? Maybe you can head into Mondstadt and deliver the rest of them first?
My thoughts exactly, assuming I can find the way. Hopefully the roads haven't changed too much since the pre-expedition days.
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary knight escort this homeward-bound wanderer to the city? I'm sure some of the recipients of Varka's letters will turn out to be old friends of yours, too.
Time for an escort mission.
Let's go! It's been a while since Paimon's done any guide work.
Thank you so much, Honorary Knight. And you, Miss Guide.
The Abyss. The Wild Hunt. Andreas.
What the hell happened to Andreas? I thought he's been vibing, he's been chilling. The Abyss, I understand. The Wild Hunt, I understand. What happened to Andreas? I thought he was just vibing in the arena this whole time. Did something happen to him? Venti?
Get home safe, Varka.
Why do my ears feel so hot all of a sudden? Is someone talking about me?
Maybe. You'll never know.
Surely there's no way anyone found the secret stash of cash in my office. That would be terrible.
I mean, if anyone was gonna find it, it'd probably be Jean.
Grandmaster, bad time to get distracted.
Also, bad time to say that out loud when there are other knights in the vicinity.
Watch out! Enemies approaching!
Oh shit, are we back in Nordcry? What? I thought he already... Can't... This is what I get for doing things out of order. I did the, what was it called? Homeward He Who... He Who Something the Wind or whatever. But basically a Mondstadt event recently, which was super chill, and it was like Jean and the rest of Mondstadt pretty much being like, yay, everyone's coming back from the expedition, so let's throw a very, very small gathering not to overwhelm them. And it was really just like, make some drinks, talk to people, couple little mini games, and then it was like Alice and Nicole had made like a little bubble world that basically just retold the tale of you as the traveler coming to Mondstadt. It was nice. It was all vibes. I mean, it was a little iffy at the end with Duvall, and I think he ended up breaking one of the windows in the Knights of Favonius headquarters, but we'll forgive him for that. But I guess that canonically takes place after this, because Varka was there. So, whoops.
Huh? Oh, it's just a few stragglers. They're no real threat to us.
Yeah, we've dealt with way worse.
This expedition is almost over. We just need to deal with these final few targets, and then we will make our triumphant return!
I thought you already were, but go off. Oh shit, murder.
Stormwind! Stormwind!
Death and destruction to all. I can't believe they let this man double wield a claymore. Insanity.
Without the Rapier of Sonari to direct them, it seems like all that's left is their primal urge to destroy.
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the Lightkeepers of Nodcry will be able to deal with what's left.
I mean, yeah, they got Flynn's and Alua. I mean, they should be fine.
Just like I thought. What we should be wary of now is...
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets should be just up ahead.
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and stand guard. Leave the rest to me.
Yes, Grandmaster.
Oh no, it's a blue.
We meet again, Andreas.
What the fuck is he doing out here, and why is he a floating little ghost spirit?
So, you've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now? I was planning to take a look around there myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago?
Varka, why are we on the verge of a panic attack?
Everything seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. There are 2 other places to check. Maybe this will all go smoothly after all. It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
Although, for returning to your old home, perhaps Andreas is a little too ostentatious. Might be better to go by
Boreas.
Yes, that is the other name.
Huh?
Injustice, corruption, iniquity. Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever?
Huh?
Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight.
I am so confused. What? Huh? I feel like I'm missing something. Begin Act 1. Am I just fighting Andreas? Am I just fighting Boreas?
That's where things stand with the expedition. The victors will be returning home soon, so make sure to stock up on wine for the celebrations. P.S. I hope everyone's keeping up with their daily training. I'll be testing you all when I get back to make sure no one's regressed. P.P.S. I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't forget to write back.
That's all.
He wrote the same fucking letter for everybody. You know what? That's a level of dedication that I can appreciate.
Everyone gets one? Wow! Sir writes a lot is really living up to his name.
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific to say to each of us. Even I got a letter, and I'm not a real knight yet.
No, well, they really should just promote you.
Jean? Oh, yes. That's our Grand Master for you.
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain? I have a letter for him as well.
Honey, Kaya just goes wherever the fuck he wants. You'll either find him or you won't. If he don't want to be found, you ain't gonna find him.
You mean Kaya? He said he was meeting a friend from the church at the Angel's Share. Allegedly for work. Said he was exchanging intel. But I'd say there's a 50-50 chance he's just there for a drink.
Paimon bets there'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we deliver Kaya's letter? And these are
That would be a great help, thank you.
I mean, I assume D-Luke's probably gonna get one too. Somebody else.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will help distribute the remaining letters. You've had a long journey. Please go get some rest.
Hooray, he can take a nap.
Great, but I won't be resting just yet. I have one last letter to deliver to Wolvendom. This one, I was planning on delivering personally.
Okay, so it's either going to Andreas or it's going to Razor.
I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas's trial. Well, with any luck, that wolf might be willing to reveal himself to me, too.
Have fun with that, buddy. I don't know. He seems to be maybe in Nodcry trying to beat Varka's ass. I don't really know.
Very well, but please remember to show respect to the local wolves.
Otherwise, Razor will murder you. And so will I.
I will. Goodbye.
Oh my god, everybody's here!
Grandmaster offered lots of advice in his letter regarding my recent assessments. I didn't think he'd spare a thought for that kind of thing in the middle of an expedition. So, Honorary Knight, if you have the time, do you think you could help me out with my special training?
I love her. Now I must check every nook and cranny of this fucking library. Speak to everyone!
He wants to test me to see if my skills have regressed? I still haven't forgotten how he went easy on me last time. I'm assuming you must have seen him going all out before. When the time comes, you'd better keep an eye on him for me.
Random scholar man. This is the special room. Do.
Ah, the Grand Master. The archives are filled with documents awaiting his review. I'm not letting him run off again until he's finished dealing with every last one. On another note, have you spoken to Jean? I hope she'll finally be able to relax a little once Varka returns.
We all hope Jean will be able to relax. Let her rest. Let Jean take a nap.
Please be quiet within the premises and refrain from making a racket.
You can't tell me what to do.
Okay, we'll deliver these letters to the Adventurers Guild and the Cat's Tail. You can just handle the ones for the Angel Share.
The expedition is finally wrapping up. Oh, I hope the maps I made on our way there are good enough to get them safely home.
Oh my god, I completely forgot Miko was also on the expedition. He was on the expedition with Varka. I think they hit Snezhnaya at one. I think they were in Snezhnaya at one point, or they something. I don't know. But he ran into Capitano, and then eventually he sent Mika back to deliver a letter, and he just kind of stayed ever since. By God, that was oh, that was a long time ago. Oh, I'm trying to remember when, but I can't. It was a long time ago. It's probably at least... had to have been long before Natlin. I have no idea, man. It's just a bunch of people standing around. She in solitary again?
Hello. May the Animo Archon protect you.
Thank you, sir.
The Grand Master wrote in his letter that the Boom Blossom bombs we sent worked really well. He wants to know if we've made any more.
Uncle Varka's coming home? Yay! I can't wait to go outside and play with him.
She's in solitary again. Oh, I love her. Also, they changed Sucrose's voice. I realized that during the event. I was like, she doesn't sound the same. Albedo? No. Okay. Are we able to go into any of the... No, because this room they had to actually model. Because we needed it for stuff. So I assume none of these are actual rooms. Because we've never needed to go in them, hence they've never needed to be modeled. An interior. We can't go up to the 3rd floor, because fuck you. Okay. Jane! Kick.
Honorary Knight, you're still here?
I have a question.
Is it that obvious?
Huh? But Varka's coming back. The situation in Nokrai is stable. Surely things are looking up.
I mean, that doesn't always have to be the case. Sometimes... Now, obviously, I assume there's stuff Jean knows that I don't. Same with Venti, and it has something to do with Andreas. But there is also something to be said about when you've been in Jean's position for as long as she has. She has been the acting Grandmaster for who knows how long. Alright? We have no idea how long this expedition has been in terms of the actual game, but in real life time, this expedition began before we started the game, and that was 5 years ago. That it came out, you know? So, they've been gone a while. It's just one of those things where it's like... Now granted, I'm assuming this is not anything in relation to the actual problem, but it could also be a case where someone has gotten so used to a certain position that, like, once that changes, it can also be weird.
True. From what you and Lowen have told me, the expedition has indeed accomplished its strategic objectives. It seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the perils of the North, be they the Wild Hunt or the Doctor. And yet, for some reason, I can't help but recall something the Grandmaster said to me before he left.
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume the mantle of Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
Oh, honey. She kinda already has.
If it comes to that, remember to train the next Knight of Boreas in my stead. I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt, but they still need time to grow. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they, too, need protecting. And some... well, some might not even want to be a knight yet. What's wrong? Well, there's no need to frown. I'm going on an expedition, not marching to my death. This is all just a contingency plan in the event that I'm unable to return. Until I return, I leave them in your care.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished twice in Mondstadt's history. The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion.
A wolf companion, you say?
He was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind. Even his name was lost to history. The title of Boreas could have disappeared from Mondstadt just as he did. But he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired the Knight of Boreas greatly. Ravenwood's valor and swordsmanship earned him the wolf spirit's recognition. When the old aristocracy tried to regain power, Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense. From then on, the title of Knight of Boreas was passed down from generation to generation within the Knights of Favonius.
Wolf spirit? You mean that big blue wolf in Wolfenden?
He has a name. Two, in fact.
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf of the North is the surviving spirit of an ancient god.
The wolf, Boreas, is the surviving spirit of an ancient god, Andreas. Two names. You could use either one. You're working nicknames, Paimon. You gotta keep up with this shit.
And the Knight of Boreas serves as an intermediary between him and humanity.
Isn't that just Razor's job? Isn't that just Razor's job? Isn't that just what Razor did?
Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with his human companion. In the end, he chose to allow his power to become one with the land. This was once a well-known tale in Mondstadt, but these days, few people are aware that the starting point of the Wolf King's journey was not Mondstadt, but Nodcry.
Huh?
Okay, so he's just not from here. Get over it.
The great Wolf King of the North came here from Nodcry, although he doesn't like to speak of his past. In fact, he rarely shows himself to people at all nowadays.
Buddy, I can go fight him literally every week if I wanted to.
As such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. Even among the Knights of Favonius, few are aware of it. The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I couldn't help but wonder whether it might somehow be related to Nodcry's Wolf of the North. I kept my speculations to myself, however. Sharing them would only spread unwarranted suspicion toward the Four Winds among the people of Mondstadt. You experienced the turmoil caused by Duval and the East Wind's actions for yourself. Surely you can understand my concern?
I mean, yeah, but up until this point, I'm also like, Andreas has just been fucking chillin'.
No wonder Varka wasn't clear about his motives. Is that what he was worried about?
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment. Having heard about your experiences in Nodcry, I now suspect that the Grand Master hadn't yet ascertained the true identity of our enemy at that time. And as it turns out, the Calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the Wild Hunt and the Doctor. I guess we were both jumping to conclusions.
Hey, buddy. I'm just glad he went either way. Because we still have to deal with the Wild Hunt and the Doctor, so you know what? Extra help's appreciated. Granted, he got booted for the majority of the journey, but hey, he was there.
Yes, I completely agree. The tide can turn rapidly in times of battle. It's a leader's responsibility to prepare for every possible contingency. Even if his contingency plan never needs to be put into action, I'm sure the Grand Master is relieved to know that it's in place. Thank you for being such a patient listener. I feel much more settled after talking with you. If you have any spare time, would you mind stopping off to say hello to the other knights? I'm sure they have all missed our honorary knight just as much as I have.
Oh, don't you worry, Jean. I've already spoken to them. Also, Jesus Christ, lady, go get some rest. Stressed as hell. Stressed.
into a pretty long conversation, huh? We should probably go deliver those letters to the Angel Share now.
I don't need stairs. I know this city.
When you're mixing drinks in hot weather, start by pouring in cold water and add ice cubes. Then drain out the water before adding the other ingredients. How's that for a secret recipe? Maybe it's worth a little intel in return.
Just a gangle of people getting drunk as fuck. Except not D-Luke, because he doesn't drink.
Please. I've known that little trick for a good 10 years at least. You'll have to offer something a little more substantial if you're serious about trading.
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now, but do you two really need to talk so loudly? Especially if you're supposed to be exchanging confidential information.
Kaya! Rosaria! D-Luke! Paimon knew we'd find you here.
Looks like it's about to get even noisier.
I am so sorry, D-Luke. Man's just trying to live his fucking life. And people just come here and just mess with him all the time. Kaya, and Rosaria, and Venti, and now Varka's gonna come back. It's gonna be chaos. I'm so sorry. I have a letter.
A little liveliness never killed anyone. Traveler, Paimon, what brings you our way?
Please allow me to once again express my sincere condolences regarding your late father and the incident with Eric. We make absolutely no excuse for his crimes. I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ask by now. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you.
Oh, that hurts. Oh. Oh. Okay, so this is something that the game, I don't think, has ever explicitly stated on its own. There was some stuff that was explained, like, in supplementary material, which I'm usually not a fan of for most games. I feel like if I have to go somewhere, like, externally to get pertinent information, then I don't want it. Now, I've never actually, I think it was like some comics or comic strips or something. I've never personally looked at them, but I just, in summary, I know what happened. Did he say I was Eric? I always read it as a roach. Anyway, that guy, I believe, was one of the knights, and he betrayed them for the Fatui, I believe. Specifically, I want to say Dottore, but I could be wrong. Basically what ended up happening is that, Creepus, who is D-Luke and Kaya's dad, right? So D-Luke's biological father and Kaya's adoptive father. Basically they were, Eric and other Fatui related shit were plotting something. I think I don't quite know what it was. And long story short, Creepus actually had a delusion, and I think he ended up using that and dying. Now, either that or it was something he had a delusion, he ended up using that, and he either died because of it, or D-Luke and or Kaya, one of the two, had to off him because of it. I can't remember which. Long story short, not good. Not good. And this was when... So, D-Luke used to be part of the Knights. He was actually the cavalry captain, and then Kaya was a knight, like, you know, lower rank than him. After that event happened, D-Luke left the Knights. He said, no, fuck you, I'm gone. Which led to, his very reasonable distrust and, like, kind of contempt for the Knights. And then eventually Kaya ended up taking his position. Messy. Fucking messy. Yeah.
From the look on your face, I'm guessing the Grand Master is still refusing to drop it?
Messy.
He nags like an old man. It's hardly surprising.
Also, if I recall correctly, Varka kind of, like, semi-adopted Rosaria. Basically, like, took her under his wing. A little bit the same with Razor, I think, although Lisa's mostly been dealing with him, so I don't know.
Huh? Drop what? What's this about?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, Varka came here to chat with me over a drink. I failed to avoid him. He, asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius, and I declined. He expressed his regret about everything that happened, and asked me to reconsider. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, right. Sounds like you skipped a lot of details. There's clearly more to it.
Paimon, the more to it is trauma. Let the man be.
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragging them back up now serves no purpose.
Other than to cause pain. To him. And Kaya.
You say that now, but back then, you couldn't let it go. You and the Knights of Favonius were constantly at odds.
I wasn't seeing the full picture. I've had a lot of time to reflect since then. But my answer remains unchanged. I'm not rejoining the Knights of Favonius.
And he doesn't have to.
Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are too upright and honorable. I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of the organization they lead. They need someone on the outside to keep watch vigilantly.
I forgot he's literally Mondstadt's Batman. No, that's not even a joke. His whole story quest was like, who is the Dark Knight hero? And it was just D-Luke, like, wearing basically a fucking Fatui mask almost. And it was like, oh my god. Oh.
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument. I actually don't disagree with the first part of what you said. But don't you think someone can keep tabs on things from the inside?
And that's why there's two of you.
When you join an organization, you're bound by its rules, no matter how free it may seem on the surface.
You think so? Never mind the Knights. Have you honestly ever been bound by the rules of the Church?
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's why I chose to join the Church and not the Knights to begin with?
Are they arguing or not? It's kind of hard to tell.
It's a roundabout conversation. They speak in their own language.
Oh, kind of like the contingencies Jean was talking about. The more ways they have to protect their home, the better. Huh? Traveler?
I wonder if This is exactly what Varka was hoping for. A three-way conversation just absolutely seeded with tension and hidden language. It's about the trauma! Speak to everywhere did... Well, better question, where the fuck did Rosaria go? Is she upstairs? Is she up here? Yes, she is.
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you wouldn't have been subjected to all this tedious arguing. When I write back, I'll tell him to quit making trouble for other people.
Honey, we're on the line, currently messenger number 5. It's not gonna stop. He's got a problem.
It's no trouble. Lowen did most of the work. We just volunteered to do the last leg of the journey. Mostly so we could come say hello.
That wasn't particularly an argument anyway.
So you see what's really going on here? All 3 of us fell for that old rascal's scheme far too readily.
Huh? Scheme? What do you mean? Was Varka lying in his letters then?
No. While I'm sure Varka knows full well that Diluc would never agree to rejoin the Knights, I believe the sentiments he expressed were genuine, as was his offer to welcome Diluc back. There are people like Kaya and I, and then there are those who are true champions of justice to the core. Those people are the most susceptible to being driven to extremes by great upheaval. It's happened in Mondstadt before. Not only that, but it happened to a Knight of Boreas. That'll really hit home for Varka. And that's why his nagging is even more persistent than usual.
Yeah, so about that Knight of Boreas?
Yeah. So no one's told you this before? The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly been extinguished twice in history. The first was at its inception. The second was the case I was alluding to.
Oh! Wasn't Jean telling us about this? Wait, and then we got caught up talking about the expedition, and we never got around to the second time.
That's how conversations work, Paimon. You just keep on going and you lose your point, then you go on tangents and shit.
I happened to hear about it from Varka once when he was drinking and started yammering on. The second crisis in the Knights of Boreas lineage. It was 500 years ago.
Okay, so we got 1,000 years ago, 500 years ago, if it's every 500 years. Oh, would you look at that? It happens to be Varka. Tragedy.
Although the Knights of Boreas are meant to be intermediaries between humans and wolves, in practice, very few of them have been truly recognized by Lupus Boreas over the past millennium. Of those who have, the best known are the first Knight of Boreas, Ravenwood, the wolf pup Rostam, and Varka himself.
What about Razor?
But 500 years ago, there was one who earned the respect of Boreas even before gaining the title. He was a disciple of Rostam. They thought he would become the mightiest Knight of Boreas who ever lived. He was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His name was Roland, the blood-stained knight.
Oh no. He was on the promotional material!
Yikes! Bloodstained Knight? That sounds a little ominous.
Well, apparently his original title was the White Knight.
That's a good song. That's a good Honkai Star Rail song.
But he lost countless comrades during the Abyssal Calamity 500 years ago, including his tutor and mentor, Rostam. The endless bloodshed stained his sword and armor a crimson as deep as black, transforming the White Knight into the Blood-Stained Knight. After that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters, leaving Mondstadt and the Knights of Favonius behind. To this day, no one knows his final whereabouts.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what drove him to the point of obsession, or whether he was already too far gone to save. But had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back, perhaps things would have turned out differently. So if you want my opinion, the reason why Varka keeps asking Diluc to rejoin, despite knowing that he'll never say yes, is to let him know you're not alone.
I also love how this entire time the two of them have just been having their own conversation in the back, and how they're like 1 seat apart. They really do care for each other. They grew up together. They're brothers. They do love each other. But at the same time, it's like, oh boy, when I said it was messy, I said it was messy. Because not only was that everything that happened, but that is also the same night that Kaya, who is a child of Conria, mind you, what ended up happening was Kaya's dad, I believe, left him at Dawn Winery, and in Mondstadt specifically, to be a spy. To be a spy for Conria. And Kaya didn't do that. Because he's a good boy. But the night that Creepus died and the night that all the bullshit went down is also the night that he decided to tell Diluc, his brother, hey, by the way, I'm from Conrad and my dad sent me here to be a spy. Their dad just died. Messy. Messy, messy, messy. And then Diluc tried to attack him. And then that's when Kaya got his vision. And then they basically just separated. For many, many years. It was like, oh. Oh. So having little times like this where it's like, you can still... This framing is perfect because there's that 1 seat in the middle, like there's that gap, there's that rift. But they're still, like, close enough to each other to actually sit down and have a proper conversation. I love that.
After all these years, he's still as persistent as ever. Just like how he used to be with me.
Huh. Turns out Varka's a lot more thoughtful than he lets on. Paimon had the wrong idea about him. Anyway, there's still something about this whole Boreas business that Paimon isn't really getting. Wasn't Andreas a god in Mondstadt thousands of years in the past? If so, why did Jean say that Boreas and the Wandering Knight only arrived here just 1,000 years ago? Plus, Paimon's super curious about what happened to Roland.
Okay, but remember, there's the wolf, Boreas, and then there's the god, Andreas, right? So I'm assuming... Because that's how it was specifically stated, so... I'm assuming Boreas has become a vessel for the god Andreas? Or the god Andreas has taken on the form of Boreas? Perhaps? One of the two, but they are... I don't know. Interesting. Shall we go get answers straight from the horse's... wolf's mouth?
That's a great idea! Jean said he hasn't been showing himself much lately, but he always seems happy to oblige whenever you show up. Let's go!
What should I report back to the Grand Master on? Let me think. Public order inside the city? Monster activity in the wild? Oh, and a review of the latest vintages. I think I'll leave it at that.
Did I miss a longer conversation with them by going to her? Because I was like, oh, she's over there. I'll go over there, talk to her, and then come back down to them, but now they don't have the little thingies on their heads. I'm like, oh no.
My reply won't be a long one, as usual. I'm sure Varka won't be surprised.
Alright, well, I hope I didn't miss anything. Whoops. Alright. Okay. I require hydration. You know what time it is, chat. Go get your drinks. Go get your snacks. Go to the bathroom. Get up. Do some stretches. Do whatever you gotta do. Now's time. It's time for break. It's break time. And we'll be back. Soon. Hello, Night Fury. Welcome to the stream. I haven't played Genshin in so long. Dude, I didn't play for a good long while either. Or at least not story-wise. And I speed ran. And now we are here. Oh, I love this game. And everyone's like, oh, I haven't played that. Wow, I haven't played that in a while. I'm like, play it. I'll drag you down. Come into the hell with me. Maybe that's just because I love corrupting people. Alright. Oh, well, that's not ominous.
What's going on here? Was Wolfendom always like this? Paimon has a bad feeling about this.
You know, Paimon, if it was always like this, I feel like I would have remembered the purple.
The Wild Hunt? What are they doing here? Watch out!
Yeah, so you remember earlier when we were talking to Venti and we told him, yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Well...
Coming to be... The story has only just begun! What?
Squall and Fury.
Quit following me.
Oh, are you alright?
I am completely unscathed. Anyway.
Oh no, what now? There better not be more Wild Hunt monsters!
Where's Razor? Like, in all of this, I'm just like, why are we forgetting my boy? Oh, hey, buddy. How you doing? By the way, it's usually not this purple.
You scared Paimon stiff! She thought you were...
Stop right there. Answer me this. The 2 letters I gave you, who are they for?
That's a lie. You gave me 3 letters.
2 letters? Wasn't it 3?
Okay. Well, Paimon's coolest naive expression doesn't appear to be an act.
Trick question. Trick question this man. That's how you do it. That's how you do it, though. You give him a trick question. And that's how you know.
Hey! What are you trying to say? Wait. What are you trying to say, huh? Huh?
Pat, Paimon, you're fine.
Paimon passed a test? Really? Huh! She didn't even realize she was taking one!
You may dispense with your suspicions. The Wolfpack has borne witness. They fought against the aberrations that encroached upon this land. And our attackers showed no ability to disguise themselves this time.
Huh?
Ah, a familiar scent. Come. I will await you at the usual grounds.
Well, if the boss of Wolvendom has vouched for you, I guess I should apologize for doubting you just now.
Given the current circumstances, no offense taken.
Sure was. Fortunately, my experience in Nodcry didn't go to waste. Turns out the Wild Hunt all feel the same when you stab them. They didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, no, he's insane.
Something seems wrong with that old wolf, though. Go on. You should check on him.
Hey, Andreas, buddy. You cool? Have you seen my boy anywhere? You doing okay there, bud? Still blue? Hey, there he is!
Lupus Boreas, not injured. Why so weak? Am I not strong enough?
Oh, my sweet baby boy.
You are not to blame. With your Iron Claw, you successfully blocked their attacks. However, their assault went beyond the mere physical world. They followed my trail from the distant north across the ley lines. They sought to corrupt the territory I protect. But I shall not let them succeed without a fight.
Those bitches walked all the way from Nodcry. Nobody stopped them. So it's a long trip. Now sit. Alright.
We meet again, human Lupical.
So, are you saying that the wild hunt we just got attacked by came all the way from Nodcry to Mondstadt? How is that even possible?
Like I said, a very long walk.
As you know, I stand before you as an incomplete being. I am but one remnant of the god Andreas' soul. The source of this turmoil. I can sense it. It lies in the north. It is the part of me that remains in Nodcry, from whence I came.
Yeah, okay.
Huh? Now Paimon's even more confused. How can you be in two places at once?
Paimon, you say that like I didn't just go through the entirety of Lantern Rite, where there were like 3 different versions of the same lady. Like, do you all like to split yourselves into multiple parts? Exactly. Like, do all you bitches do this?
For many gods, housing a part of their soul within an object is no difficult feat. But those who can perform such delicate partitions as this are rare, even among the gods.
Comes in out of nowhere and plays a little ditty.
The Wolf King, Andreas, was particularly adept in this art. Otherwise, no remnants of his soul would have survived till the present day.
Huh? The bard's back?
Don't worry about it.
Tondef Bard? What are you doing here?
Maybe the god of Animo guided me here. For it appears that someone is in need of a tale from the distant past. And our wolf friend doesn't seem too keen on recounting it himself.
He's struggling.
Who better than a bard to do the honors? Lord Boreas, do I have your blessing to share this story?
As you wish.
Lupus Boreas wandered the frozen tundra and stumbled into the Seelie Hall. Enchanted by their song, tender as the dawn starlight, and curious about the ways of humankind, the wolf bade farewell to his home and set off for the city to the south.
That's sick, though. Okay, hold on. So the story is called In Pursuit of Wind and Shadow. So Lupus Boreas wandered Nodcry and stumbled into the Seelie Hall, the Seelies being the angels. The ways of humankind, the wolf bade farewell to his home and set off for the city to the south. Okay.
As the high tower crumbled and the fierce winds fell silent, Lupus Boreas, who once had hunted with the storm winds himself, looked within and inquired, was the shelter he provided for humanity really any different from that given by the reclusive king in his tower? The wolf entrusted those under his protection to a new god and quietly returned to the frozen north. There, in a palace long since abandoned by its former master, the great wolf closed his eyes and slept. 500 bitter winters passed, then 500 equally frigid springs. He slumbered undisturbed until a night stumbled in from the cold, just as Lupus Boreas had once done at the Seelie Hall, and awoke him at long last. The night asked the wolf to join him on a journey south, to see once more the land that had all but faded from his memory. The gentle wolf, unwilling to refuse the human's earnest plea, split his soul into two halves and left his home once more.
God, this game is so fucking pretty. Ugh. Okay. So, not Andreas, but Boreas? I'm a little confused. Was in Nodcry, then went to Mondstadt, then went back to Nodcry, then split himself in half. And then one stayed in Nodcry, and then one went here.
Seeing how the ice and snow had given way to verdant plains, hearing the laughter and song that now filled the once somber city, the aging Lupus Boreas turned to his friend, the god of Animo, and remarked, "So, this is the world the humans dreamed of."
Okay, that actually explains a lot, because Mondstadt used to be covered in snow as well. Okay? And eventually, Venti, I think once he ascended to godhood, maybe, I don't know, kind of terraformed the place and basically took all of the snow and chucked it on the dragon spine. And then he kind of like smoothed out the plains and shit. So, it used to be just, you know, as snowy and wintered cover as dragon spine itself across the entirety of Mondstadt before Venti went, nah, not my nation of freedom, and yeeted that shit on the mountain. So, okay, makes sense. I understand.
Though the night's journey was not yet over, the wolf chose to bid farewell to his companion here. He had written the end to his story. What knowledge he had been gifted flowed into the land. Everything he was, he gave unto the world. Well, that's how a bard would tell the tale. Lord Boreas, is there anything you'd like to add?
There is no need for you to ask that question.
So that's what happened. You returned to Mondstadt with that knight 1,000 years ago, and then, for the sake of the new Mondstadt,
You need not feel remorse on my account. That was my answer, my decision. If anyone should feel regret, it is the part of me who remained in Nodcry. I fear Andreas has not found peace in his heart even to this day.
Okay.
That is surely why those vile aberrations were able to exploit his weakness, sowing the seeds of all the turbulence that has ensued.
But we followed Boreas's trail in Nodcry. We investigated and discovered no signs of instability.
Andreas should still be slumbering by the lakeside. Perhaps all the recent turmoil in Nodcry has had unforeseen consequences. And there's more. I detect another familiar scent from across the ley lines. A scent that reeks of blood.
Well, you see, there is a guy who got so covered in blood.
Oh, the White Knight who became the Bloodstained Knight? The mightiest knight of Boreas? But wasn't he from 500 years ago? You think he's immortal or something?
Given how many immortal people we've met, it wouldn't be surprising.
I remember him as just a man. His lifespan should be no longer than any other of his kind. But before he severed his connection to Boreas, his final destination, it was the ancient kingdom of Conria, as you call it. Beyond that, I know not if he lived or died.
So, Boreas, what you're telling me, is that this man went to Conria 500 years ago. 500 years ago in Conria. The Cataclysm. Alright, thank you for answering my question.
If you want to get to the bottom of this, I'm afraid you'll have to make another trip to Nodcry yourselves.
I just fucking left.
As luck would have it, another old friend of ours just so happens to be free right now. If you ask him nicely, he might give you a lift. That could save you a lot of time on the road.
Are we gonna call Dvalin again?
No wonder I can suddenly sense the east wind's presence.
Ayo, Dvalin, I need a fucking lift, man.
If even Mondstadt has been affected by the fallout, Nodcry must be in real trouble by now. I hope Varka can handle it.
Varka? Is he in danger?
Razor, sweetie, you got enough to deal with.
I believe too many passengers would slow our dear friend down. I fear he only has room to carry one person, along with perhaps a diminutive companion.
Oh, by gee golly gosh, I wonder who that could possibly be.
Alright, wish it could be me, but I accept that we should send our strongest warrior to fight Nodcry's battles. I'll stay here and deal with any wild hunt that try harassing Mondstadt. It'll be a good chance to try out some new moves.
He just wants to stab some bitches. Razor, sweetie, it's okay.
I stay in Mondstadt too. With Traveler's help, Varka will be safe.
Razor, give me your iron claw. Golden-haired traveler, give this token to the current knight of Boreas.
I was gonna be like, oh, hell yeah, upgrade for Razor, and then, I'm just gonna leave him defenseless? Yeah, okay.
It is a wolf spirit. It contains my power and thoughts. Though I have given him a piece before, this should bring him new strength.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws and fangs.
But human hearts and flesh cannot bear the soul of a wolf directly. It would be akin to forcefully merging a human and a wolf into one being. they would descend into chaos.
Yeah, but it sounds cool though.
To prevent the entanglement of souls, the most I can do is temporarily house my power and thoughts within claws and fangs wrought of steel. Although, truth be told, that knight does not lack for power. What he needs more is the thoughts within. But I shall leave this for him to explain.
You know, that explains quite a lot when you consider this man has 2 claymores. Double the wolf soul. Also, buddy, you sure you want to be separating parts of your soul right now? You're kind of in dire straits already.
The Great Wolf King of the North remains strong for now. Besides, do I not have the protection of my Lupacol?
Under normal circumstances, I would say yes, but you also literally just gave me his claymore. So now he has no Weapon. But also Venti's here, so you know what? And then there's also this crazy guy who wants to stab a bunch of bitches. Yeah, you're fine.
I will protect Lupacol. The North and Varka, I leave to you.
Just give me the word whenever you're ready.
Yeah, okay.
I sure didn't expect my experience fighting the wild-hunted Nodcry to come in handy back here in Mondstadt. Almost makes me wonder if this was the reason I was sent back. Also, how come that bard knows so much, and what was he doing at the Thousand Winds Temple?
Don't think too hard on it.
Well, whatever. I don't really care. As long as I get to do some fighting. I'm looking forward to trading blows with Lupus Boreas when he's fully recovered. I bet he'll wipe the floor with me.
You know what? He reminds me of Child. A child is just like, oh shit, you seem strong, fight me. You know? Yeah, he got child energy.
I can read Varka's letter. I will try my best to write a reply.
A wolf's claws make poor instruments for writing human words. But that token will suffice to convey my thoughts.
No writing, sir. Venti!
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. You'll probably have to hit the ground running when you get to Nodcry. The root of this turmoil lies with the remnant soul that Andrius, dominator of wolves and god of the North Wind, left in Nodcry. He once left Nodcry and braved the blizzards to confront the god of storms and claim the right to rule. Yet even as the tower fell, he chose to abandon his claim.
Decorabian? The hell's Decorabian? Huh?
Instead, he returned to the north and slumbered for 1,000 years, before finally journeying back, under the name of Boreas, with the first knight of Boreas to witness the new face of Mondstadt. When the wolf spirit could no longer maintain his physical form, Boreas chose to pour his power into the ley lines. With that, he became the North Wind of Mondstadt, as he is still known to this day.
I love how he's just vibing in the back.
Any questions before you set off? Better ask now. 500 years ago, Roland seemed destined to become the mightiest knight of Boreas ever to have lived. But he was too pure of heart. He believed firmly in his own ideals of chivalry, vowing to eliminate all injustice from the world. But the world had never been perfect and pure, nor would it ever be. Neither his mentor, the wolf pup Rostam, nor the Grand Master, known as the Lion of Light, could persuade him to temper his obsession. But what was the scent that reeks of blood that Lupus Boreas sensed? And what is its connection to Conria and the Abyss? Perhaps you will uncover the truth in Nodcry.
Ah, yes, another glorious tale of a man who wanted a perfect world, who just ended up driving himself to madness. Can they stop doing that? Stop wanting a perfect world. It's not gonna happen. You're just gonna hate everything. Also, makes sense now. Andreas was from Nodcry, came to Mondstadt, beat the previous ruler of the North Wind to claim the title, went back to Nodcry, and then came back to Mondstadt after having split himself. Okay, I understand now.
Any questions before you set off? The soul of a wolf is as unyielding as ice, and Andreas is a master of molding and shaping it. His people once drew great strength and wisdom from the wolf spirit. But human hearts and flesh cannot contain the soul of a god. Attempting to place the wolf spirit in a human vessel would slowly devour their sense of self, even if Lupus Boreas did not intend for that to happen. That's why Lupus Boreas developed the technique of imbuing weapons with his soul. It is his way of blessing his human Lupical with the wolf spirit's protection. In fact, there is an ancient song that tells this tale. A weapon once of common iron, now through friendship turned divine. Twixt man and wolf a bond was made, a power born within the blade.
Sick rhymes, man. Sick rhymes. Sick vibes.
As much as he might claim not to accept humans, his actions sing a different tune. Oh, but keep that little observation between us, will you?
Venti, he is literally right behind us.
Any questions before you set off?
Nope.
All right. Over to you, Dvalin.
My boy! Again, don't question that either.
The Knight of Boreas awaits below. We must part ways here. Barbatos and I have other plans. We will meet you again later.
Okay, thanks, buddy.
Alright! Hey, wait! How are we getting down?
Yeet! Paimon, you can fly.
Hold the line! The enemy's on the brink of collapse!
Grandmaster! It's...
Air support's here, bitches.
Haha! Reinforcements! It's about time!
And Paimon too!
Don't worry about her.
We're just about hanging in there. Most of their grunts are taken care of now. Their leader's gonna have to make a decision soon. Fight or flight? What will it be, mightiest knight of Boreas?
I'm gonna be honest, he looks sick as shit. I know he's just a recolor, but like, particularly the eyes. Looks like fucking blood flame or some shit. It's like, oh, good.
As expected, this hastily summoned Wild Hunt horde is nothing but a disorganized rabble. A mere shadow of the forces gathered by the Rahir of Solnari. But they have served their purpose. I now understand your tactics, and you, in turn, understand mine. This is fair. This is the way of chivalry.
Oh, you fool! You did not account for me! You know notteth my tactics.
Farewell, heir to the knighthood of Boreas. Whether you choose to resist me or not, I shall set right the injustices of this world. In the name of the blood-stained night.
Have fun with that.
Guess they're retreating for now.
So that Wolf of the North lookalike, that was Andreas? But why would he be leading the wild hunt? And why was he talking about the bloodstained night? Ugh, forget that. We can save the details for later. He was the enemy boss, right? Are we just gonna let him get away?
There's no point chasing after him. We've crossed blades already, and it ended in a stalemate. Right now, there's nothing we could do about him.
You know, I'm just realizing. Boreas, our boy, is immune to Animo under normal circumstances. Would Andreas also be immune to Animo? Because if so, that's gonna put a damper on my plans. Now that I think about it. That's gonna, That's a good question, actually.
True. We're still not certain of his true identity, but whether he's a god corrupted by the Abyss or a legendary knight, killing him might be just about possible, especially now that you're here.
Let's beat his ass.
The difficult part is, we can't kill him right now.
Let's not beat his ass.
Huh? What do you mean? Is he immortal or something?
No. Judging from our skirmishes so far, I don't think he's got any special abilities of that caliber. Nor does he have the ridiculous level of power wielded by the Five Sinners.
Thank God.
But, compared to Rerir, our current foe clearly has a better understanding of how to exploit Nodcry to his advantage. Particularly when it comes to Andreas' remnant soul.
Yeah, it's not so much like, we could kill him. We could. The question is, that is the other half of Boreas Andreas. Basically the same guy, honestly. It is his other half, so if we kill him, technically, would that also kill the other half? Is a concern. And then, like, if you kill this guy, would the other one, like, slowly lose power and fade away? Is it the...
Exactly. Sounds like you realize what the crux of the issue is. I managed to cut off a sample from our foe, which Albedo and Durin are analyzing as we speak. Meanwhile,
my boys!
Our other allies should be making their way home from their own battles by now. Let's discuss this further when they're back.
Oh, is that why Albedo and Durin weren't there? Have they not returned? I guess not. 'Cause Varka was... Okay, so at the end of Nodcry, our Sandrone died. Arlecchino went back to Fontaine. Riku went back to Sumeru. Varka was planning to go back with the expedition, has not yet. And I'm guessing Albedo and Durin stayed here with him until then. I mean, I guess. And then everyone else was already from here, so... Alright, makes a lot of sense now. Because I was wondering why they weren't there and didn't get letters. Granted, it would have been like, we were there with you, bud, but, you know, still.
We still have some big challenges ahead before this expedition can finally be declared a victory.
Nefer 2? What the hell's Nefer 2 doing here? Abyssal rift lines. Use spire blooms? Am I in the north part? Okay, that would explain it. That would explain it. I've not been here. Understandable.
Too slow.
Have a nice day. I'm gonna take this though. Thank you. Well, that is a funky structure. And that looks like doom. Fun. Okay, so I could go over here and pass by Nefer 2 and do the thing that I'm supposed to do. Is that... No, is that a Nefa? All the way in the back? Or is it Varka? Be a Nefa. Too far to see. I'm just... nice seeing you guys again. Really awesome. I'm just gonna go over here real quick. Okay? I'm gonna just head over here. I want the statue. I want to know where I am.
Behold!
Your gigantic rift in the land means nothing to me. Talk to Aloha!
Where could they be? This is turning into a major headache.
Aloha, sweetie, it's nice to see you. Nice to have, like, a longer conversation with you than that isn't, like, 2 seconds between you and Flint. But, like, I just wanted the statue. Hi, Aloha! Head of the Lightkeeper's investigation squad. He is always at the forefront during battle, leading his squad against the Wild Hunt's incursions. He is warm-hearted by nature and constantly looks out for those around him, sometimes to the point of over-worrying. This tendency is driven both by his personality and an instinct rooted in past experiences. To prevent such tragedies being repeated, he has decided to take up the light himself to ensure that the path ahead is illuminated for each and every one of his companions. It just sounds like a swell guy.
What now, boss? Forget our brothers and sisters over at the lighthouse waiting to get to work. If we don't have enough fuel, it's lights out for the entire camp.
Yeah, we gotta think of something, squad leader.
Don't worry. Head back to your posts. I'll take care of this. Traveler, Paimon, good to see you.
Hi. I was not expecting this conversation.
Hey there, Itlua! Why is everyone gathered here at the entrance?
It's fine. Just a minor issue, really. And I'm already on the case.
Come on, Itlua! You're always trying to fix things by yourself on the down low. Just tell us, it couldn't hurt.
I mean, I'm kind of in the middle of a crisis with, like, a rogue god on the loose right now, but hey, if you need help with finding some fuel for lanterns or something, I can do that too.
Or is it because you're too embarrassed to say?
No way. I just don't want everyone in town worrying about things that I can handle on my own. But since you're both part of the investigation squad now, I won't treat you like outsiders.
I'm part of the investigation squad. When did this happen? Was this something in, like, Flynn's story quest or something? I haven't done that. My part of... Alright, I guess I've been promoted.
Still, this isn't exactly the place for a chat. Come on in. I'll tell you more inside.
Can I get the statue first? I'm gonna... Oh, that was the doom. Okay.
Squad leader, I've compiled what data we have on the bases we can still control. My report is over at the command post.
Got it. Thanks, Roland.
Alua, can we rain check the meeting? Alua? Alua?
Squad leader, our comrades in the east seem to have butted heads with the Fatui. They say they're going to send someone over.
Got it. I'll be over as soon as I can.
Alua, I kinda need to go to a different meeting. Alua?
You think I've got a sharp tongue? I just tell it like it is.
Jeez, Itlua. Are you always this busy?
Recently, yes. There's just so much work to catch up on.
Alua? I'm kind of in the middle of a different thing.
You know, Paimon's been wanting to ask for a while now. What are these vehicle thingies we keep seeing in the Lightkeepers camps? They kinda look like food trucks, don't you think?
We have food trucks in this world? We don't even have trucks! We've only got, like, wagons and caravans. Huh?
It'd be awesome if you really could cook up there. But Paimon has a feeling there's more to these things than meets the eye.
It's a transformer.
For real? You mean the type that'd grab a spoon and start attacking you if you said you didn't like its cooking?
It's a transformer with feelings.
Oh, these? Officially, they're called moon wagons. They're transportation tools we made by modifying Snezhnayan mechanical vehicles.
It is just a wagon.
You can think of them as Kuvaki-powered mobile lighthouses.
It's just a really big, heavy wagon.
They're not quick by any means, but they save us a whole lot of trouble and manpower when it comes to transporting supplies. As for cooking functionality, I hadn't actually given that any thought. But you know, if we did install a toaster in there...
I love a toaster. Particularly a toaster oven. That is my, like, kitchen appliance of choice. The toaster. I use that shit daily. I use that shit nightly. I be making myself, like, bagels at 2 a.m. Get a toast. Get a fucking toast shit.
Oh, no. Filling stomachs is a key part of a Ratnik's duties, too. Thanks for reminding me of that, Paimon. A proper food truck would save us from having to build makeshift stone stoves just to eat a hot meal.
He's learning. He's thinking in real time. Now he's thinking with portals.
Right? And that way, you could even hold your own bonfire parties, too. Except, everyone does seem really busy. I'm not sure they'd be in the mood for that.
Actually, I really hope that one day we can. Just the thought of it makes me smile. But that day will have to wait. For now, at least.
Yeah, it's all because of the wild hunt, isn't it?
I'm working on it.
Yes. Flint's did send word from the south that the strongest wild hunt anomaly we know of has been destroyed with your help. But it continues to cause havoc elsewhere, so there's no easing off for us. Not only must we shore up our bases themselves, we also need to ensure that the roads are clear, which entails dispatching Ratniki at regular intervals to patrol vast areas of land.
Whew. Just listening to all that is kind of tiring already. You Lightkeepers sure have it tough.
Especially him, because he's a captain.
And that's just the basics. The real danger lies with those wild hunt outbreaks that suddenly just appear out of nowhere. Such tasks are all handled by Gramps, Flynn's, Olaf, and those guys.
Again, I'm working on it. I have to go to a meeting, Alua.
I can't have Gramps fretting over every last thing, so I've taken over handling of the groundwork. Honestly, compared to our shortage of manpower, supply prep is nothing. To continue on the topic of food, even the best cook in the world couldn't do anything without ingredients. Over the years, many of our former bases have fallen into disrepair, making them ill-suited for long-term postings. At the moment, everyone has to shuttle back and forth between our camps and HQ, leading to fewer and fewer people available for combat deployments.
Again, that sucks.
Yep, and that's turning this place into a permanent base. And most importantly, what's a Lightkeeper stronghold without a lighthouse?
Oh shit, we gonna build a lighthouse?
So, you want to build one here?
Exactly. We'll need it if we're to stand any chance against the Wild Hunt's attacks.
You could just slap a really big bulb on top of that building right behind me. You'd be fine.
Which is easy to say, but in practice, I think you've seen enough to know it's not going too smoothly.
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot that we were here to help. So, what's the issue?
Well, actually, I was here to get a statue and then leave. But anyway.
Well, building our encampment will require lots of fuel and supplies. Generally, we bring it all in on moon wagons, all the way from Pyramida. If only it were so simple. The main problem is, we need a special kind of oil refined using Kuvaki.
Buddy! Problem solved, we're friends with the moon. We're literally friends with the goddess of the fucking moon. Not even one moon. All three moons. The tri-loon goddess. I can call her for you.
It's true that the plants nearby are full of Kuvaki, and they'll keep us going. For a while, at least. But supplying the fuel for a lighthouse is a whole other ballgame. Unfortunately, though, there's been no sign of the supplies that should have arrived last night. Valdis is in charge of transport, and he's always been meticulous, so it's unlikely that he got careless and missed the timing or something. And that's precisely why I'm worried that they might have encountered some trouble.
I'll deal with it. Not now, but I'll deal with it.
Yeah, there's always a way out of every jam. Even if that means being trapped inside a sealed barrel or getting buried neck deep. Surely this can't be any worse than that.
Paimon, you're jinxing it.
Don't tell me that's actually happened. I guess I underestimated you two again.
You know, I went to jail for stealing a cake once. Cake crimes.
Anyway, we can have a look around. Maybe they've just lost their way.
Maybe so. Anyway, there's no time to lose, so follow me.
Yep, let's move!
Let's... go back over here. There's no time to lose. Bye, Alua! Stop dying. Stop dying. We're doing good. We got a little sidetracked. Alua tried pulling us into something that I don't know. But anyway, here's number 2.
The meeting's probably gonna be in the biggest tent, right? Looks like a bunch of people are there already. Why don't we go chat with them?
That is an F. I was right. Haha.
Hey, good to see you again. Oh, Boss Sneff asked me to pass on a message. She went to see Lauma and Columbina at the Frost Moon Scions. Apparently, there haven't been any changes to that space the Rahir of Solnari's in.
That means the recent Wild Hunt attacks have nothing to do with Riri, right? Oh, that's a relief. Paimon doesn't fancy facing him again.
The thing is, they wouldn't even be from him at all. Because when we were there, he kind of just resigned himself to his fate. he actually helped out Columbina by removing some of the abyss in the area. And Columbina was actually able to reach Valindis, and she kind of, I think from further into the past, was able to, like, just reach him with her voice, at the very least. And they've just kind of settled to their fates. I don't think we gotta worry about that bitch. I think he's fine.
They're keeping a close watch on it just in case. With so many moon experts on the case, we're in pretty safe hands, huh? Oh yeah, Lauma and Columbina asked me to pass on a message too. Focus on the enemy you are facing. The moon will protect you all. Huh, you know something? These Knights of Favonius are paying me a pretty nice sum to deliver a few simple messages. Oh, Varka's a generous guy.
Alright, add another one to the tally. Varka! By the end of this story quest alone, just how many people are gonna be the tally of messenger for Varka? I think we're at 6 at this point. God damn, man. Oh shit, Flint's is here too! He was so far off into the distance, I didn't even see him rendered in. Have you even seen him in person here yet? You mean Varka? He's right there. Hey.
Short distance propulsion module on cooldown. 15 minutes until next departure. Switching to chat mode. Hello there, Paimon, traveler.
Anefa, please do not tell me that this man has hired you as a messenger as well.
Varka placed a sizable order with the Clink Clink Krumkake craft shop. I know is hard at work producing the strategic reserve, while I am handling the deliveries.
Okay, that's fine.
Secondly, I am also here to attend the meeting in her place.
Okay, we're safe for now. Flins, buddy! Hey, I talked to Alua. He's having a rough time.
Huh? Flins! Paimon thought the Lightkeeper's rep would be Iqua or Nikita.
What? I just Illumine cosplaying as Aether goes so hard. Looks like somebody didn't watch the final part of Not Cry. And that's all I'm gonna say on that.
You're quite right. However, Itlua and Nikita are both busy organizing the Ratniki's region-wide response to the recent attacks.
Yeah, and he's having a hell of a time at it, hun. I forgore! Sometimes I remember. And then sometimes I forgore.
And since I'm well acquainted with everyone else here, I was the one they recommended to attend the meeting.
Hi, Ribbons! Welcome, welcome. Oh, so you know... Listen, Flynn's, I understand, alright? This bitch says, I hate meetings. You know what? If emails existed in this world, it's letters, alright? He's like, this is a meeting that could have been a letter. Give him that on a mug. Give that to Flynn's.
Sometimes you don't get a choice when there might be consequences down the line.
Get this bitch a mug that says this meeting could have been a letter.
Hey, Honorary Knight. Looks like pretty much everyone's here. Oh, Beto and Durin are just wrapping up their analysis. You want to wait for them here?
Yes.
Great. While we're waiting, could you update me on the situation in Mondstadt?
Everything's pretty okay, but, you see, Wolvendom is very purple. It shouldn't be purple.
And that's where things stand. The Wild Hunt is no longer under the Reikir of Solnari's control, but it has been reborn from the ashes and is now launching widespread attacks.
My boys! I was right, they did just stay. Because again, I was wondering why they weren't in the library with everybody else. I was like, oh, they're not here? Because they didn't leave.
Intel from the Frostmoon Scions and the Curatorium of Secrets corroborates this. No disturbances have been detected in the space where Rere resides. What we are facing here is a completely new foe.
Summarizing current situation. To confirm, the present leader of the Wild Hunt is the creature resembling a wolf. Andrius, god of the North Wind.
Yes.
More precisely, it's the external will that has seized control of Andrius' spirit, namely Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
Yes.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. I'm completely lost. Isn't Roland some Mondstatter from like 500 years ago?
Nefertu, you would be so surprised how many people just keep showing up from 500 years ago. Those motherfuckers never leave.
How'd he suddenly get wrapped up with a god from 1,000 years in the past and the present-day Wild Hunt?
Allow us to explain that part. Are you familiar with compensation mechanisms? When an organism sustains damage, relevant tissues will undergo changes to offset the loss of function. For example, when one kidney is damaged, the other will be strengthened to compensate. Or, when a main artery is blocked, the collateral vessels become more active. Similarly, when the Wild Hunt lost their leader, the Abyss harnessed the memories that flow throughout the ley lines to fashion a new one, fit for the present circumstances.
Welcome to Instant Biology Lessons with Albedo.
That new leader is a mirror image of Roland, the Bloodstained Knight.
Oh no, an abyssal imitation! Those motherfuckers are at it again!
Right. No matter how strong the compensation is, it will never quite match the functionality of the original organ. The Roland replica can't possibly imitate Rere's overwhelming power, nor his ability to disguise himself as others. So, the Abyss made use of the connection between Roland and Boreas to compensate for this lack of power.
The replica corrupted and took control of Andrius as he slumbered by the bank of Amsvartnir, ultimately manifesting as the giant beast that you all witnessed.
Yeah, okay.
However, exactly why the Abyss chose Roland to mimic, and indeed how it was able to do so, remains unclear.
I mean, to be fair, we know for a fact that the ley lines of the land hold memories of the land, both in terms of just events that have happened and the people involved, right? So, some part of him was kind of stored in the land for quite an amount of time. So, I think it just kind of went through it, like, you know, like you do on the folders on your computer, or just kind of like dug in real deep to the files and went, yeah, let's pick that one.
I guess he must have gotten caught up with the Abyss or Nodcry somehow during his wanderings through Tevat. But we can keep those questions on the back burner.
I'll try and ask him when I get back.
Okay, Paimon gets all that, but what did you mean when you said we can't kill him right now?
Paimon, we already said it's because he's part of the god, right? He's part of the guy. The Andrius in Mondstadt, and then there's also the Andrius here. There's the two Boreas, right? if you kill one Boreas, do you know what's gonna happen to the other Boreas? The answer is no. No, you don't, which is why we don't kill him.
We can't kill him right now because a dead god may prove more dangerous than a living one.
That too.
From intelligence gathered during the expedition, we have reason to believe that the power released when a god is felled can have catastrophic consequences for us mortals.
Oh! Oh, both of these hurt. Okay. When the tower fell in Storm Terror's lair, which I believe is, if I recall, when Venti ascended to godhood, but also when his friend, whose likeness Venti is a wind spirit, okay? And he took on the form of his, like, closest, bestest friend at the time, who died right in front of him. That was that. And then the other one is when the humans turned to salt beneath Saltare, which is when God, what was her name? Guizhon died. That's when she died, and everyone got turned to salt around her. So, like, you went in there, and there were just, like, you know how there's the, granted, I can't remember if this was something that was actually debunked or not, but, like, Pompeii, right? With the people being, like, flash frozen in time and, like, coated in ash and shit. That, but salt. Both of these are awful. But I feel like the salt was a little worse.
Worse still, the wrath that remains after a god's passing becomes a source of endless turmoil. Once god remains contaminate the land, they will persist for thousands of years.
And these are also awful. The Tatarigami on Yashiori and Tatarnasuna, right? That's the big purpley thing that, like, you go near it and you just start dying. That's the giant rift in the land from when the Shogun did, like, the big slice in the earth that killed God, what the fuck was his name? The big serpent. The big serpent god that Watatsumi Island used to, I think maybe still does, believe in. And then there's karmic debt for the Yakshas, which Zhao is still dealing with to this day. Oh, both of these are awful. This world is fucked. And Tatarnasuna hurts me more just because of Riku.
This land has already been ravaged by the wild hunt. If we add god remains to the mix, it'd be like adding salt to an open wound.
Yeah, don't bring up salt right now.
Who lives here in perilous danger.
Don't you fucking dare bring up salt right now, Varka. Not at this time.
Query. While I can indeed find records of disasters caused by god remains in my database, there also appear to be cases of gods dying naturally with no ill effects.
Anefa. It's about the trauma.
In that land, the passing of the Pyro-Archon's flame is a common occurrence throughout history, and even the part of Andreas who remains in Mondstadt has experienced death once before, has he not?
Great question. Glad you asked. Honorary Knight, you said Lupus Boreas gave you a token to pass on to me? Please, present it now. It should help explain things faster.
Yeah, okay.
Come forth, Boreas!
Flashbang!
This form has come to the end of its time. I'm afraid I can accompany you no further on your journey. My soul will fall into silence, and my power will flow into the ley lines of this land. Perhaps this is all that a wolf can hope to do for humankind. Do not grieve for me, for this is the end I have chosen. Instead, remember that one day, your wandering too must come to an end. Where and when shall that be? A final wish before I slumber. Sing me a song. That melody you so often hummed in the taverns.
Like I said, it's about the trauma. Okay? If you don't got like the trauma at the time of death, if it's a chill death, the land is fine. The second you start throwing in trouble, everybody go get fucked.
You saw it too. You must have keen powers of perception. Not that it surprises me. That was Boreas's final thoughts before merging with the ley lines. It's the reason Mondstadt remains unharmed by his god remains. In his final moments, he made a choice to give everything he was to the ley lines. All to protect Mondstadt from harm.
Sounds like Andrea spent thousands of years searching for his place in the world, too.
Yes. And now our task is to return the answer he found, the decision he made, to Andrias' heart. Only then can he break free from the corruption and control of the Abyss, and make that decision once more.
And then merge himself with the ley lines, and he's gonna have two wolves in the ground. But it's the same wolf.
I see. I would say that planting thoughts inside the mind of a god sounds a little far-fetched, but since it was his own wish to begin with, it sounds feasible to me.
Planting thoughts inside the mind of a god. Planting thoughts inside the mind of a god. We haven't done that in this game yet, have we? But it feels like we have. You know? It's one of those things where it's like, have we done that yet? Have we planted thoughts in the brain of a god before? I don't think so. But also it feels like yes. You know?
Wait, we already have a perfect solution? Then why are we even having this meeting? Let's go do this thing!
Okay, Yehoda, do you know how to do it? Nefertu, do you know? Can you pull the plan out of your back pocket? Can you organize everybody in this shit? Do you know where to place who, when, what, why?
Ha ha ha. If only it were that simple. Unfortunately, this one thought alone is unlikely to be powerful enough to break through the Abyss's control and reach Andrias' heart. We need to find a way to make the thought within this sword stronger and more resilient.
For now, Boreas needs all his remaining strength to fight against the abyssal corruption to Mondstadt's ley lines. He can't afford to send us any more of his power.
I don't know, maybe Dvalin can do a quick fly around again?
However, since his form was unstable during his journey with the first Knight of Boreas, many wolf spirit fragments were left behind along the way. If we can collect those fragments, we can use them to strengthen the decision to merge with the ley lines.
Now I gotta go on the hunt for wolf parts.
So we need to retrace his steps and look for random fragments? But They could be anywhere between Nodcry and Mondstadt. It'll be like looking for a needle in a haystack.
You don't need to worry about that. There's a few fragments left to gather in Nodcry, but apart from that, most of them are already inside this sword. I've been collecting them during the whole expedition.
Oh, no wonder I never ran across him. He did the job for me.
Huh? Wait, really?
He is the Knight of Boreas. What do you want?
I mean, it's an expedition, not a stroll in the park. Each step of the way, we've been hard at work planning for every possible contingency. Not just the wild hunt in the abyss, but ancient gods remaining in Nodcry.
Sounds like this plan was a long time in the making. It's almost as if you foresaw the future.
Given the fact that Venti does have a part of the god of time in him, or he's an aspect of them, or something along those points. Maybe.
As a matter of fact, I did. I caught a glimpse of fate's reflection. But I can't take credit for it. It was all thanks to the help of a few friends.
Few friends, parentheses, Scryglass, i.e. the Hexen Zircle, actually. More specifically, probably Barbeloff. Thank you, Barbie!
Still, all I foresaw was that an abyssal calamity was brewing in the north. Had I known more, we could have saved a lot of energy. Instead, we've had to make best guesses, prepare for every possible scenario. If all that preparation went to waste, all the better for it. But anything that proved useful, we knew we'd be grateful for down the line.
Well, it's useful now.
Sure is. Just one crucial step remains. We need to gather the last few wolf spirit fragments scattered around Nodcry, and use them to make the thought within this sword as strong as it could possibly be. According to what Boreas told me before we left Mondstadt, his form was at its most unstable at the beginning of his journey. That means the fragments here should be the most powerful ones.
Uh-huh.
But of course, we've been tied up fighting battles since the day we set foot in Nodcry. First with the Wild Hunt, then with the Doctor. So, it wasn't until recently that we were finally able to confirm the status of the Wolf Spirit fragments. We now know there are 3 left to find.
Damn, Varka, you really did do all the work for me. I have to find 3. How long has this expedition been again? I had to wrap that up sooner. I don't remember how... I said that earlier. I don't remember how much time, like, in-game it's been since this expedition began, but, like, motherfucker, you've been gone a while.
Okay, so 3 more mini-expeditions to go.
I managed to gather 1 fragment before Roland reappeared. I also have a confirmed location for the second, which I'll take care of in short order. As for the 3rd fragment, we've identified a general search area to focus on, but we'll need all hands on deck to pinpoint the exact location.
Okay, wait, you already gathered 1 of them, so I only have 2 left. Sir?
The final snag is that since our foe is a replica of Roland, he too will be aware of Andrias' history. He's sure to try and sabotage our plans by any means at his disposal. So everyone needs to bring their A-game.
And again, I ask you whether or not this version of Andrias is still immune to Animo or not, because my A-game is an Animo catalyst. And if that bitch is still immune, then we are not going to have a good time.
With our foe being from Mondstadt, it's our duty as Mondstadters to defeat him.
And since the Wild Hunt is involved, the Lightkeepers will provide their full support.
As much of as they can. Again, Alua's having a real rough time.
The Clink Clink Krumkake craft shop will also help in any way we can.
So what do they need me here for? Wait, I think maybe I signed a contract at some point. Didn't exactly scrutinize it, though. I mean, who actually reads those things anyway, right?
Please, for the love of God, read your contracts. In fine detail. Do not be like Nefer 2. Read your contracts.
Ah, great. Knew I could count on you all. Lastly, our friend from the Curatorium of Secrets will provide intel and relay battlefield communications. Looking at you, Yehoda.
So, you'll be darting back and forth across the battlefield, dodging the wild hunt and the shadow of an ancient god. I'm impressed by your courage, Miss Yehoda.
You've been volunteered.
Rating for Yehoda updated. Higher quality ingredients will be used to prepare your future meals.
Upgrade.
Darn it! I should have known this payday wouldn't come that easy.
This is what you get when you don't read your contracts.
I'll deal with the second Wolf Spirit fragment, which we already know the location of. The moment you make any progress with Fragment 3, be sure to give me an update. Traveler, could you join me in retrieving Fragment 2? I have a feeling that your unique constitution might come in handy.
All right, time is of the essence. Let's move out, people. Dismissed!
Time is of the essence. Let me just talk to all of my friends.
Remnant fragments of an ancient god. Thoughts stored inside a blade. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but I suspect there is more to Mr. Varka's plan than what he's revealed to us so far.
Yeah, most likely.
Then again, the enemy can harness the Wild Hunt to spy on us wherever we go. As our commander, I'm sure he has his reasons for choosing not to tell us everything.
Speaking of contingency plans, I now recall that Varka also made a contingency plan when he asked me to deliver that letter.
Okay, never mind. Wait. No, wait. Anefa was already on the tally. It was Mika, Anefa, Loan, Durin, us, and Nefer 2. Yeah. That's the current tally.
Perhaps I should ask Aino to prepare some additional backup modules for me.
Yehoda, you dummy! You took the stupid job of your own free will! Crying isn't gonna get you out of it!
Sweetie, you keep doing this to yourself. You signed the contract without reading it. You agreed to go on the journey with me and Lauma without knowing the full conditions. You like, why do you do this? Why did she do this? Like, truly. Oh, she's a fool. Alright. I require more hydration. Once again. You know the drill, chat. Drinks, snacks, bathroom, pillows, blankets, stretchies, everything you gotta do. Now is time, because now is break time. Let's hit the button. Okay, I'm back. Ugh. I forget. Like...
Quit following me. Squall and fury.
I woke up today with the worst cramp in my leg. Alright? Like, the calf muscle on my right leg was so tight when I woke up that it was legitimately painful. I woke up feeling like that thing was, like, spasming almost from how tight it was. Like, I woke up just legitimately in pain in my calf. And, like, I'm better now. Like, at this point, I've been dealing with it the whole day. It doesn't really bother me that much. But I'm also sitting, and it's every time I stand up that I remember, oh yeah, this is a thing. Because I can just feel... Oh! Please ascend the tower. Nicole? Nicole? Why do I need to ascend a tower? That looked like Nicole's text box, didn't it? Enter the tower. Oh, you mean that weird funky structure? Is that part of my quest? No, it's not. Oh, he's over here. Anyway. So, like, I'm sitting the majority of the day, so it's not really been an issue. But it's like every time I stand up, I can just feel that my like right calf muscle is a little more tense compared to like the rest of my legs, and it's weird.
Didn't you say Fragment 2 was supposed to be right here? Where the heck is it?
I think it is that.
Seems like we've run into a slight hindrance. Can I leave this to you, Honorary Knight?
I mean, you could, but I'm kind of jamming, actually.
Traveler, Paimon, when this is all over, I'm gonna invite you around for a drink of...
Whoa! Stop thinking about Mondstadt's wine and keep your head in the game! You can't be daydreaming about alcohol before a battle!
Let's think about this.
Huh? Well, alright, just trying to lift our spirits a little. You want to see some photos I took of me and the knights before the expedition, maybe?
Whoops. Sorry, friend.
Shut up! Can't we please just focus on finding the wolf spirit fragment?
Okay. Do I... Nope. No. I don't know how this works. Okay, well now I have you. I don't understand how this works. Come here, friend. Let me get you out of there. Do I just leave you guys here, or... How does this work? Come here. Do I aim it at this? No? They want me to do something, I know it!
Too slow.
Is it... this? It's a good thing the soundtrack is banger, because I'm lost. Do I throw it at this guy? Maybe? I'm just chucking at this? That didn't do shit. I'm trying to do this. Yeah. Fuck am I supposed to do? Okay. Uh-huh. However, if the mist barrier is made up of multiple, all connected to it must be cleared first. Okay. A pair of strange plants that coexist with Kovaki energy. By using this energy, they can connect with surrounding objects that are susceptible to Kovaki. Okay. Oh, I need to put them in a line. Thank you. That's all I needed. Truly. Just put them in a line. That makes sense. Thank you. Just... Okay. So go right there. You come here. You go there. I know there's another one. There's a plant. We can put a plant. Doesn't do shit. Yeah, connect it to this one. Wasn't there... Oh. You. Come here. I was about to say, I know there's another one. You're not far enough. You're... Okay.
Is this what we're looking for? What do we do with it?
We put it in the sword.
I once got Boreas to explain to me how he stores his soul inside objects. All I need to do is transfer it to my sword. Just like back at the camp, but this time, you'd best step back a bit, just in case.
I took 2 steps back.
So, you're saying you don't know how to love people, and you don't understand human love either.
Why do you laugh?
Sorry, I just think the fact you're ruminating on this is all the proof you need that you have love in your heart. I have a funny feeling that by the time this journey ends, you'll have found your own answer to the question of how to love.
The journey of self-discovery, Boreas. Andreas. Love of others, love of humanity, love of yourself. Better fucking love yourself. I'm ordering it.
No, you're wrong. There is no redemption at the end of this path. Even if I am stained black with blood, my conscience will remain as white as snow. If pledging allegiance to the Abyss is the only way to sever the injustice of fate, then I shall serve in its name.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know, that was stupid too. Like, that was, I thought it was just as idiotic as you did. It was so dumb, it physically hurts. Yeah. I will remain pure. I will remain chivalrous. I am to live in a perfect world. Da, 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 da. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's never worked for no— You saw how Dottore ended up, right? The I'm gonna make a perfect world and the gods serve the people and the. Okay, what happened to him? That's what I thought, alright? Listen, you can want the world to be better. In fact, you should want the world to be better. The world is kind of shitty, right? You should want to strive for it to be better. You can't come in here and say, I'm gonna make a utopia, I'm gonna make an Elysium, I am pure, I am purity, I am innocence, even if I side with the people who everyone considers quote-unquote bad, I will remain as, like, the pure constant that the world should strive for, and everything should be like this perfect image that I have. Fuck you. Get out of here. Strive to do better in the world. Yes. Strive to make the world a better place. Yes. Don't do that. Don't do what that guy's doing. Don't be dumb like him. Don't be dumb like Dottore. Don't be... Just don't.
Oh, sure enough. This place has been corrupted by Roland's will. Whew. I'm fine. I was prepared for this. It wasn't enough to pose a serious threat. We got here just in time. The fragment hasn't been fully corrupted yet. Assuming we can undo the damage, it should still be usable.
I can fix that. I think.
Purifying the abyssal corruption would definitely be a safe approach. But that's not the only reason I wanted you to come. Could you try reversing the corruption? Not purifying it, exactly, but separating out the Roland part from the wolf spirit.
Is that not effectively what I do anyway? I don't know. Lumine would know better than me.
So, keep the Roland part intact as well as the wolf spirit part? Why would you want to do that?
Firstly, to test whether it's possible. And secondly, to view Roland's memories. As they say, know thyself, know thy enemy. Understanding our foe is our surest path to defeating him.
I'ma do my best.
Let me think. How is it explained to me? Ah, yes. Focus on a single thought within the 1,000 winds. Capture that unique wisp before it blows away.
You need to stop drinking with Venti.
Actually, neither do I.
Sir, stop trying to give me advice even you don't understand.
Huh. Sounds like something a certain tone-deaf bard would come up with when he can't think of anything meaningful to say. Wait, don't tell Paimon that's what actually happened.
I told you. You need to stop drinking with Venti.
I thought it might mean something to you. Never mind. I'll explain it in more human terms.
Love how the loose soul of Boreas is just chilling in the back.
Traveler, when you were in Natland, you went fishing for ancient names, correct?
Technically, yes.
If I'm not mistaken, the Night Kingdom was like a river flowing with concepts, and you were trying to capture the concept belonging to a particular ancient name. I'm thinking the same basic principles should apply here.
As long as it makes sense to Lumine.
Okay, but back then, we had a bow and a net. This time, we don't have anything at all.
Use your imagination, it's the best thing you got.
This wolf spirit fragment is like a puddle compared to the Night Kingdom. No need for a boat. As for a net, this is what I've heard.
Thoughts and emotions are like interwoven threads. They can create a net, or they can create a rope. They can separate love from hatred, and they can bind objects and events together.
I love how Varka's just had conversations with Moeka. This was just such a flashbang to me. I was like, what the fuck is Moeka doing here? I feel like she told us the same thing, actually.
Thought is the anchor for a being's existence, through which emotions are drawn forth.
I get it, and I don't. Loving you, Moeka.
Also, we barely know anything about Roland. How are we supposed to use thoughts to anchor him?
Well, maybe you could try this.
Oh my god! A piece of paper.
What is it? It looks old and tattered.
It's an unsent letter, written by the wolf pup Rostam, Knight of Boreas, from 500 years ago. It was meant for his disciple, the White Knight Roland.
Sir, why do you have a 500-year-old piece of paper in your back pocket?
After Rostam lost his life in the Abyssal Calamity, Roland left Mondstadt to wander Teyvat. Grandmaster Arundel had wanted to deliver this letter to him. But trying to track Roland down was like chasing a shadow. He never did find him. And so this letter has been sitting at the Knights of Favonius headquarters ever since.
Varka, you know it's also a crime to go through other people's mail? And have it sitting in your back pocket for 500 years?
Quite the antique, then. But how exactly is it supposed to anchor Roland?
Oh, maybe it's the same thing that Rosario was talking about in the fact that, like, so, Varka sending that letter to D. Luke to be like, hey, maybe if he knows that he could always, he's not going to come back, but the knowledge that he could always come back, that he would always have a place here, would keep him from going down a similar path to Roland, so it's probably like that.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure.
Look, man, it's all we got. I'ma take it.
Hey! What happened to Mr. Plans for every contingency? You're just making this up as you go along!
Paimon, sometimes you gotta.
What can I say? Some people like to wait till they've got all their ducks in a row before taking the first step, but I prefer to dive on in and plan as I go. I've been doing it that way for the whole expedition.
Thank you, person with really, really loud car who likes to drive by the neighborhood between midnight and 1 a.m. every night. Really appreciate it. Also, I have to take a pill. Pill break! Okay, I took me pill.
But anyway, don't they say that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts? Can't hurt to give it a try, surely.
Why does everyone forget the cave paintings? Why does everyone forget the cave paintings? Oh, fuck yeah, the void!
Whoa. It actually worked?
Varka, shh. She's concentrating.
You really are making this up as you go along!
She's concentrating.
So the assimilation of souls really can be reversed, just like he said.
If
Yoink him.
what you say is true, the monsters I've slain, the justice I have sought to uphold, for mortals to escape this tragic fate, there's only one path. A great and ancient kingdom was wrongfully cursed, turning its inhabitants into monsters!
Only half. Only half, okay? Half of Conria got turned into monsters. The other half, immortal. Alright? Get your facts right.
The code of chivalry tolerates not such injustice. If Abyss be thy name, I pledge to you my loyalty.
See, don't do this. Okay? Don't say, I am so holier than thou. That my way of living life and my values and my way of holding things are better than everybody else, and I'm gonna force that on everybody, even if it causes problems for other people. Okay? That's what Dottore did, that's what Roland's doing when... Don't try and make a utopia. Don't try and make an Elysium. Just try to make the world around you and the people around you, try and make their lives just a little bit better. Alright? Don't strive to change the whole fucking world. But maybe, you know, just use the area and the people around you. You know. Because then you start going too far.
And that is where the blood-stained knight's tale came to an end. With that, he bade his humanity farewell.
Whomst?
I dare say you must find it quite ironic, Knight of Boreas.
Conria man who? What? Sir?
That I? Dainsleif? No. Bore a striking resemblance, but that wasn't him.
No, of course it wasn't him.
While we gazed into the past, he was gazing right back at us. Could it be?
Vedalfonir makes sense because that's Dane's brother. Yep.
So that's what happened. After leaving Mondstadt and wandering the land, Roland ventured underground and saw a revelation from the visionary. Once he had learned of Conria's fate, he saw the gods' judgment as the greatest injustice. So he surrendered himself to the Abyss.
That just doesn't make sense. I get it. The Abyss is the opposite end of the gods. I understand that, but it's also like, buddy... the people of Conria, like, got converted into a... like, some of them are just Hilitrolls and they're just Hilitrolls. But then, like, a lot of the ones who remained immortal ended up working for the Abyss. So it's like, dude... And they became abyssal monsters anyway, so it's like, come on, man! It's like the backwards logic.
Giving them his knowledge, his power, his everything. That's why the Abyss can replicate him.
Yeah, again, stupid move.
Uh-oh. Does this mean we have to take on the Visionary this time?
Can we call Dane first? The founder of the Abyss Order was once shown a revelation. Based on his experience, at least, the Visionary is unlikely to intervene directly.
I'm inclined to agree. If our enemy could see the future, both the Wild Hunt and Roland would be acting with far more lethal precision.
Indeed, not up to code in the slightest. Get your thoughts up to code, Roland. Come on, man. You goddamn fool.
But even without the Visionary's input, Roland still has an intel advantage we can't afford to underestimate. Every minion of the Wild Hunt serves as Roland's eyes and ears. We need to think one step ahead if we want to outmaneuver him. And on that note, I have a plan I want to discuss with you.
Yeah, okay, plan number... what at this point? 20? I don't know.
Well, the fewer people who know, the less likely it is to get leaked. Besides, it wasn't a fully formed plan back then.
Okay, so speaking of the fact that the Wild Hunt has eyes and ears everywhere, are we gonna have this conversation out in the middle of the open? Just like that one time we could have had a conversation in my room, and instead we decided to go have it out in the hallway where anybody could hear? Yes. That is indeed the case.
That about covers it. Sorry to ask so much of you again.
This is also the second time he has done that to me, where we have had a conversation out in the open where anyone at all could hear us, even though the Wild Hunt has eyes and ears everywhere, instead of having the conversation in private. And the second time he has told me the plan and have it fade to black so that I can figure out what it actually is later. Oh, Varka.
No plan is free of risks. At least this one actually gives us a shot at fully eliminating the danger posed by this ancient god. Surely that's got to make the risk worth taking.
Whatever it is, sure.
If I fail, Anselm and Albedo can take the reins. Not to mention we still have Jean in Mondstadt.
Oh, there has to be another way. Like a backup plan?
If only there were. But I don't think our enemy will give us enough time to find one.
Behold! Nefer 2!
Hey! Are you guys done here yet?
Ah, Yehoda! Yes, we've successfully retrieved the Wolf Spirit fragment here. Any progress with Fragment 3?
Nope. It's a total disaster! More Wild Hunt monsters than I've seen in my whole life! We need backup urgently! Come quick!
Why do you not cometh closer so that you do not have to yell across thine field? Walketh 2 to 3 feet closer in front of us, Nefer 2. Your legs worketh unlike mine.
Come on, we're out of time. You'll just have to trust me on this one.
Yeah. Varka, you really just be doing shit.
What can I say? I'm not the Grand Master for nothing. I'm counting on you, Honorary Knight.
Are those ghost people over there? Are those ghost people over Varka's shoulder, I just realized? The forces of the Wild Hunt come surging forth, and the final expedition is at hand. The next part of the story is more continuous. Contiguous.
There's no need to exchange
What the hell's
pleasantries.
contiguous?
It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence.
Contiguous.
Sharing an edge or boundary, neighboring, connecting without a break. I understand now. They say, when you start this, you're not gonna be able to stop. Alright, No, yeah, that's ghost people. There's just ghost people standing here. Why are there ghost people? What are you doing here? They're just chilling. They're vibing. You know what, Nefertu? Have a nice day. Alright, well, given that it is contiguous, I think it's a good place to stop here. And then on Sunday, I'll come back and finish up Varka's quest. So, with that being the case, boy frickin' howdy, I was not expecting there to be 2 Andreases. But there's 2 Andreases. We will maybe make the wolf whole, or we'll just kill him a second, or he'll die a second time. I don't know. Anywho, good stream, thank you. I try my diggity darndest. And thank you for coming. But I'm gonna leave that there. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. We will finish this up on Sunday. Have a good night, everybody, and I wish you a good rest and the sweetest of dreams. I will see you next time, and good night. Bye-bye.